What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I am going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Aston Villa, at home, at Old Trafford, at the Theatre of Dreams, you name it. And yes guys, let's just get straight into today's video. So we made one change from the last game against Sheffield United. Talk about the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Williams, Pereira, Fred, James, Mata, Rashford and Martial. Overall reaction: is Ollie's time up now? Not good enough once again. This was the game that we should have won and we didn't. We have bottled it once again. I mean, just how many more times are we going to bottle it? What a mess. Shocking, awful draw, and it's 1 point. Let's just get straight into today's video, guys. What did I make of the performance? It was another shit, dreadful, shocking, awful, pathetic and disappointing and not good enough performance once again. This is the second time now we've played a team that have come up from the Championship and we failed to beat them. I mean, last week was not good enough, even though it was a great comeback. This week was just poor. We're at home. You're thinking we should be beating Aston Villa. Aston Villa are not great this season. They're not in great form. Teams are beating Villa even though they're going away from home, you know, and that's probably a good result for them, because they know Manchester United, we're not in such a good form at the minute, and they thought, why not? You got to go for it. I said it in my last video, and it's just not good enough at the minute. Overall, it was just pathetic to watch once again. Dreadful. Just not good enough from these players. People are just now, I think, turning to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of how he's going to react now with these 2 games this week, because we've got 2 tough games. No one can't seem survive. No one cannot seem surviving. After these 2 games against Tottenham and City, no one can't see him staying on, and I can't really. And we're not good enough, and these players are just not good enough. We're not playing with enough urgency, fluidity. We're too slow in the transition. We're not quick enough, and we've got to show more urgency, more fluidity from these players. The transition is from defence to attack is just way too slow. If you want to play this out, if you want to just play it from the back, but we're not good enough, and just not good enough. And these players are just not good enough at the minute, and it's not good enough, and people are just turning now to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because the pressure's mounting on him again. And God, since after that international break, we've not even picked up a good result yet, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and these players should be hurt. And last week was a joke, and this week is even more of a joke. So we've got our problems to solve, and they need to solve them pretty quick, because we've got Tottenham in the week. So it's not good enough from these players. It's the midfield that's causing a problem. Not only just the midfield now, it's the defence, and I'll get onto that defence in a minute as well. But first off was not great once again. We somehow now just cannot get off with a good start. We're letting teams come into the game, dictate the pace and control the game, and then they suddenly get 1 goal, and then we're just shitting ourselves, and we're thinking, what do we do, and what's going on? And I could see what they were doing, Aston Villa. They were targeting Wan-Bissaka because they know he's a very good player, and they know that he's one of these players that he doesn't let a player past him. So they did the homework there. But I could tell what they did on the training pitch. But even if you can't defend like that, and look at Grealish's goal. For the first goal, that was pathetic. And then, getting in more into the first half, I think we just once again it was more of the script of what happened last week against Sheffield. Really struggled in the midfield. Rashford, James, and Martial just couldn't get the service again. Couldn't get the ball up front. Too slow, and the transition is just too slow. We're not quick enough, and I tell you what, the way how we play right now, we're not going to beat Tottenham, and I can tell you that for a fact. If we can't beat Villa, we can't beat Tottenham. Simple as, and we're simply not good enough, and we've shown it. And first half, but then we redeemed ourselves with a goal towards the end of the half. Good goal, can't complain. But still, the first half wasn't great. It was not one of the great performances again. It's not up there. We don't look convincing, and we've not been great. And if we want to somehow, well, I'll tell you now, we're not going to get top 4 at this rate, because the way how we're playing, it's just dreadful. And I'll tell you what, the more we perform like this, Ollie's going to get sacked, within Christmas, and I can see it happening. And even though we've got an idiot, Ed Woodward, saying, "Oh yeah, we'll just have to see how we get on until New Year." But why do you want to wait till the New Year? You need to act now. So it's not good enough, and we're simply not good enough. And second half, it was open, and people just couldn't understand how equal this game was, and we should have been absolutely all around them. And I know that they've got some good players, Grealish, McGinn, and stuff like that, but you shouldn't be at home drawing. It's not good enough, and it's not good enough from these players. And it's just I don't know. I can't put it into words, and no one can't explain at the minute as fans. But it's not good enough, and if this is the way how we want to treat it, I'll tell you what, we're not going to get top 4, and we're not even going to make it in the top 6. I can tell you that. So I tell you what, it's not good enough, and just dreadful, and I've had enough now, and we're in a mess, and we need to sort it out, and we need to act now. Why can't we keep hold of a lead now? Simple as. Now, okay, I want to start. Now, we're playing 4 defenders in this game. We've got Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, and Williams, who's come up from the academy. And I'm sick and tired of seeing our defence just capitulate in goals that we concede. We have probably got one of the best defences in the league, and we're conceding too many fucking goals this season. Ollie keeps saying, "Oh yeah, we're conceding less goals." We're not. We're just conceding after game after game after game. In 2 games, we have conceded 5 goals. That's not good enough. If you think that this is our best defence in the league, we have conceded 5 goals against newly promoted sides that have come up from the Championship. That is simply not good enough from these defenders. We've paid absolutely fucking loads for these players. I tell you, we've spent 50 million on Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We've spent 80 million on Maguire. We've spent 38 million on Lindelof, and we've spent absolutely nothing for Williams because he's come up through the ranks. He's come up through the academy, and in total, that is 168 million pounds, right? And these players cannot keep hold of a lead because of that shite defence at the minute. Never mind about the midfield. It's the defence. It's the defence, right? We've probably got one of the best defence in the league, and we still cannot defend properly. You know, we might have off days and bumps in the road. Never mind that, right? We've had 2 games that we should have picked up points. Should have picked up the 3 points last week. Bottled it. Felt like a loss. It's the same thing. Same script here right now. And we are not good enough. Defensively, we are not good enough. Midfield-wise, we are not good enough. You're playing 2 headless chickens that don't know what they're doing. I mean, Fred was probably my man of the match last night, and Pereira was absolutely atrocious to watch. He was absolutely awful. He is shit. Don't put him in a deeper role, because he can't play in a deeper role. You play Garner or Levitt, you know, so it's not good enough. And I mean, there shouldn't be a problem with the attack, but we're still got to improve this team, and they're still saying, oh, we're still improving, we're still improving, we're still improving. We're not improving. We're not improving. They're saying this in interviews, we're improving and all this shit. We're not improving. We're not improving. And we can see it time and time again that this team is not improving. How can you be improving that you come into games and you draw in them? We're not improving. We're not improving. I'm sick and tired of this defence. That's why we can't keep hold of a lead. It's down to the defence. Never mind about the midfield and the attack. It's the defence. That's the problem, because we can't keep hold of a lead, and we've spent so much fucking cash on all these players, and we can't keep a clean sheet against teams, and we can't get the simplest 3 points on the board. We have bottled it twice. The fact that we had a great chance to go 6th yesterday, and we're still look where we are. I don't know where we are now. Like 9th, 11th. I just don't know. And all he needs to get to the bottom of it now. And it's too many times we have seen these defenders making too many mistakes, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough from these defenders, and it's the defence that's letting us down, of why we cannot keep hold of the lead. Never mind the midfield and the attack. When are we going to learn from our mistakes? We're never going to learn from our mistakes until they watch the game back, really. Once they watch the game back, really, they're going to think, oh yeah, this is a mistake, this is a mistake, this is a mistake. Several stupid mistakes that we keep making in games, time after time. We never learn. Last week, we made too many mistakes. Coming into this game, you would have thought they would have corrected all that in the week. These players were back at home last week training. They weren't even in Kazakhstan, and I mean, it's not good enough, and we're just still making mistakes time and time again. Day in and day out. We're not learning from our mistakes at the minute, and until they watch the game back and analyse, that is then they're going to learn from their mistakes. And time again we keep making mistakes, and we're going to make mistakes again against Tottenham. Just wait and see, and but we need a big performance against them lot as well. Yes, we're simply not good enough. It's all his time up now. Well, the way how things are going at the minute, and we've got a big week coming up. We've got Tottenham in the week, then we've got City on the weekend. He could be gone by the end of the week, but he won't know, because we've got a clown Ed Woodward that doesn't know any football. So I think he's lucky enough to keep his job by next week. But we need a big result against either Tottenham and City. But we've got to beat one of them. And I'm reading that he's got till the new year to sort it out. But never mind about the new year. He's going to be gone by Christmas, and it's written in the stars really, because I don't think Ollie's bothered. He sits there in his chair and he's not bothered. He only goes down to give instructions when there's a player down injured. You know, and he's not. He could go by the end of the week, and but I tell you what, we're not looking great at the minute, and I bet these two games for Tottenham and City are going to come at the right time for them, and we're just not good enough. We're just not good enough. Who stood out in the game? Well, again, I think if you just look at that bloody team again, did De Gea play well? No. Wan-Bissaka play well? No. Lindelof play well? No. Even though he got the goal, all credit to him. Second goal for him as a Manchester United player. Maguire, don't think he had a good game. Williams, don't think he had a good game either. Pereira, straight down, no. Fred, he was probably my best player. James, I think he probably had a good go, but here and there faded time and time again. Mata, who's in the number 10 role, probably not, no. Rashford, probably got the goal, but was an own goal in the end, no. Martial, just, you know, these players not looking convincing at the minute, and we're low on confidence, and I think my only best player really in that game, he was involved in both of the goals, and I think it was Fred. You've heard it here. Anyway, getting into the goals now. First goal, Fred takes a short corner, passed it to Mata. Mata passed it to Pereira. Pereira puts in a brilliant cross into Rashford. Rashford heads it, went off the post, and took a deflection off the keeper and went in for 1-1. Second goal, Fred puts in a brilliant ball in at the back post. The Villa player tries to clear it. Lindelof is the first to react and heads it in for 2-1. Getting into the stats now, the possession-wise for Manchester United was 62.4%, and for Villa it was 37.6%. Goals-wise for Manchester United, we scored 2 and Villa scored 2. Total shots for Man United, it was 16, and for Villa it was 9. Shots on target for United, it was 6, poor, and for Aston Villa it was 3. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was 37.5%, and for Aston Villa it was 33.3%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 11, and for Aston Villa it was 6. Shots outside the box for Man United, it was 6, and for Aston Villa it was 2. Total passes for Man United, it was 517 passes, and for Aston Villa it was 304 passes. Pass accuracy for Man United, it was 86.3%, and for Aston Villa it was 71.7%. Getting into the substitutions, Mata went off for Lingard. Talk about Mata's performance. Ineffectual on his recall, and how United fans must have glanced enviously at Villa's number 10 Grealish, first to be substituted. Williams went off for Shaw. Talk about Williams' performance. Seemed a bit cowed by Villa's dominance and could not get going in either third. Got booked and caught out for Mings' equaliser. Martial went off for Green. We'll talk about Martial's performance. And an ominous figurehead at times had a tame effort at Tom Heaton and picked up at a bit after the pause, dormant for spells. Onwards and upwards, Tottenham next. Tottenham are sat 5th in the table. They've conceded they conceded 2 goals against West Ham. They conceded 2 goals against Olympiacos. They conceded 2 goals against Bournemouth. In total, that's 6 goals in 3 games. I think Jose Mourinho is probably going to be satisfied with those first 3 games. But yeah, Jose Mourinho is back at Manchester United. I think he's got them back playing at a system. He's got them back to winning ways. This is going to be a big game for us, and I think it's all down to who wants it more. So I think a lot of people are just going to be thinking we're not going to win this game. A lot of people are just going to be thinking what we're going to expect. We need a quick start, and we need to be on the front foot. We need to create chances, and I don't think we can see that we've been creating enough chances recently. Personally, this is a big game for us, and it's at home as well. And I mean, that was a joke against them lot yesterday, but coming into this game now, we've got to beat them, no matter what. I think we have to beat them at the end of the day because Mourinho's back. Because I think it's all about, right, it's going back to Manchester United. We've got to show him that we've been improving under this manager. We've got to try at least get something back on him after he got sacked, right? We've got to do something. We've got to do something. We've got to perform better. We need to look convincing. We need to look that we really want this game. We've got to take it to them, and this will be just another game for Tottenham. They'll just want another win. But yeah, I mean, they might have been conceding 2 late goals in the Prem. They're still at least winning games, you know. It's not like they've lost games, have they? But I think they have probably got lucky 2 weeks on the bounce. But you know, it's going to be interesting. They're going to give us a good test, good fight. You know what? They've got some fantastic players, obviously, you know. It's going to be absolutely tough against these lot, against Tottenham. It's going to be really tough because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to think, right, well, I need to make sure that I get the right team selection. I need to be more... He needs to be more ruthless with his selection. The reason why I'm stuttering and I can't think at the minute is just because I don't know how this game's going to go, you know. And just loads of people are going to think we're not going to win this game and this, that and the other. But we're simply just not good enough at the minute. But if we want to somehow get back to winning ways, it's this game. It's this game, to be fair. I know they're back to winning ways. I know he's got the players back in the right mindset. He's got them back. He's lifted the mood for Tottenham now, and we're low on confidence. And these players have got to be ready on Wednesday. And once they put on that shirt, they need to know what that badge means, and they've got to go out there, give it everything against Tottenham, because these will just come with a game plan and they'll just tear us apart. So we've got to make sure that we're mentally, physically on it, and make sure that the defence is a lot better. I can tell what formation he's going to go with. He's going to go with 5 at the back, and I think he does need to go 5 at the back with Wan-Bissaka and Williams pushed up with a better midfield. And I think if Pogba is fit, play Pogba, and if McTominay's fit, play McTominay. So I think everyone's going to be wanting one of them back for this week. Well, both of them back for this week, to be fair. And yeah, but Tottenham, I'm expecting a good game. It's going to be a good test, good fight. It's got to be all about mentally, be switched on, physically, be ready. We've got to take this game to them. It's at home again. This is another opportunity to go and beat these now. We got humiliated last time. We got embarrassed by them. But we got to win this game, because we got to. It's just, this game's just so important. We've got to win it, and we're like I said, we're low on confidence. You know, we've got to get the mentality back on track, but there you go again. The mentality is just all over the place. The mindset's just not there at the minute. So these players have got to be ready. They've got to be fresh, sharp. Got to start quick. Got to start on the front foot. Got to cause them a hard day. And if you don't give these a hard day, it's going to be a long day again, and it could be another draw. And like I said, I think Ollie's on the verge of getting the sack. So yeah, we're not. We need to. For me personally, we need to win this game, but other people are just going to say we're not going to win. So you know, Mourinho's inspired Tottenham again. He's brought them back to winning ways. That's why we should have beat Villa, and we didn't. We bottled it, and not good enough. But I'm expecting a reaction from these players. If these players want to be at this club, they better react against Tottenham. I keep saying, well, you know, I'm looking forward to this game, that game. You better look forward to it, because you need to get our players back in shape again, and back to where we belong again, and back to winning ways again. But I can't see it in this game because of how good Tottenham have come back alive. So I'm expecting a big game from us now, and yeah, we've not been convincing the last 3 games, and we've got to at least put this game that we've got to at least beat Tottenham, and I can't really say much more really. We've got to beat them nevertheless. We might have half a chance against City, but you never know. We might have half a chance against these lot. And I mean, if Poch was in charge, we could have beaten these. Obviously, because Ollie's still in charge, they'll go for it. So let's see, and let's see what happens. The last time we played Tottenham at home was on Tuesday the 28th of August 2018, and United lost at home 3-0, and that was when Mourinho was still in charge of United as well. The last time we won against Tottenham was at home on Saturday, the 28th of October 2017. I don't know what it ended in the end. I think it was like 1-0, wasn't it? I think. And yeah, and the players to look out for, obviously, for me, I think it's the likes of Lamela, Wanyama, Sissoko, Lo Celso, Sessegnon, Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, Lucas Moura, Ndombele, Son, Kane. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.